Alright guys, welcome back to the Band Your Boy Ride channel. Today's video we're going to be doing is currency lesson number 3, sub lesson number 1. $50 denomination of interest-bearing notes. Like I stated in the past video, there are multiple different issues of the $50 denomination. We're going to be covering the next issue from the earliest issue of the $50 interest-bearing notes. And that is going to be the note of July 17, 1861 that accrued 7.3% interest over 3 years. This accrued interest of 1% per day. It was also issued with 5 coupons to the side. I will explain what those are in a minute here. The one coupon, the one image in here only has 2 coupons, and this one only has 2 coupons. Because I think this was an image of something that was sold at auction. It was sold for a very high price. But that's why I blotched out the serial numbers on here so you couldn't track that, and I could potentially be copyrighted. So that's why there's black splotches on there. They're neat, trust me, but that's just why that would be on there when I show you the example there. The $10 and $20 denominations of interest-bearing notes are way more collectible. They're probably still only about 50 in total population of both $10 and $20 notes recorded, so still a very slim population. But they are way more populous. They have a way bigger population. Not really a way bigger one, but the $50 denomination and on in interest-bearing notes is known more of an academic sort of learning, like just talk about it, like type of just talk about classes and just discussions about these notes, because they're so rare that not really too many people can get their hands on them at auctions if they're not already in private collections or they don't exist. And no one, because obviously, somebody's grandfather could have one of these notes and it hasn't been recorded in one of the numismatic records yet, so they could have that, but obviously if that person doesn't want to give it up, then they can't get their hands on one. But basically, yeah, so what I'm talking about is it's more of an academic than a collector's item, because there's so few of them in population. Mainly all people can do is just discuss about them and use proof impressions as examples because they're so elusive. Alright, so now we're going to start talking about the features on the note. So the only living figure on here is a eagle perched at the center. Yeah, it says 2 coupons are still attached on here. And the serial number, this is actually the same note in this book as the one that I have there, but I'm not going to specify what the serial number on that is. So on each coupon that bears the serial number of the note. Now, the reason that these notes had coupons in this, so I'm just going to show you first here. The reason that they had coupons on the side, here's the eagle at the center, and that's where I blotched out the serial numbers and stuff. That's that. The reason they had coupons on the sides is because this was another player in the interest collect this when it's time to be redeemed game, or it's another player in that role. Each of these 5, or each however many are on here, will be clipped off and redeemed. So they would just clip them off and redeem it, and then they would redeem the note finally after all the coupons have been clipped off and stuff. So that's just what those are. It says that $1.82.5 it says it has a 1 and then an 82.5 over 100 on the coupon. Looks like it says something different on. I don't think it should, but yeah, that's that. Plate letter A. And actually, on this note, on some of these notes, what makes them even rarer is that they were signed by some famous figures by then. I'm not going to specify which famous figure this one was signed as, because obviously I don't want to be copyrighted over that, but Samuel Colt actually signed a couple other notes. I think a $100 interest-bearing note has Samuel Colt's signature on it. And if some of you don't know who Samuel Colt was, Samuel Colt was the man who invented the Colt revolver, the single-action Army revolver Colt. And that was a very widely popular firearm then. It was a single-action revolver. You had to pull the hammer back every time, and you load 6 cartridges into it. They also made several other firearms. So he was a very wealthy guns maker. So he actually signed a couple of these notes as the payee of the note. And then the signatures are by clerks as well. And then the back would have just a large 50 counter there. With that. So guys, that's going to be it for today's video on the $50 interest-bearing note. So please leave a like, subscribe, as it helps out the Bano Boy Variety channel, and stay tuned for currency lesson number 3, sub lesson number 2.